Crown Experience. Thank you for joining us for another one of our table talks. I am Keisha Kelly.
And I'm Alita.
And I'm Saida. And I'm the other co-host, Nelly.
Today we have a few new faces to the cast. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Duke.
I'm Eugene.
I'm Inaris.
Okay, so we have the guys here today to bounce some ideas of growing pains in life and how we can best help each other raise the next generation.
How are we going to help the next generation? I think that's key because we all have lived a few decades, and some of us are at the end of raising children, some of us are in the middle, some are at the end, beginning. There we go, beginning of raising kids. And so I think it's important to have these conversations so we can help each other to do better. How we can support each other as a community.
Before we came together for this taping, we had everyone watch two videos. A video clip of Deion Sanders when he was talking on I Am Athlete about his helpmate, his wife, and we watched the movie Fatherhood. So we'll touch on those things as we discuss the other topics. Mainly, are we raising our kids to be husbands and wives, parents, helpmates for their partner in the future?
And that was a conversation I had recently with Saida. We were talking about just preparing. She has 3 girls, and so preparing them to be mothers and to be wives. She was asking the question, did I feel like she had done a great job at it? And as I told her, only time will tell. So for me, that question, like I said, has come up, and especially with fatherhood, he wasn't ready for his wife to die, but when she died, he had to step up. And so when Saida asked that question, though, it made me think about something my father had said. He was like, the proof is always in the pudding. It's in how your kids turn out. He was like, it's not you. He was like, because I know I raised you. Yeah. But we'll see how good of a job I've done based on how my grandson turns out. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
But it's kind of like a crazy theory because the Bible talks about that too, about, train up a child the way it should go. And, your parents could have trained you well, and they could have brought you well. You could have a nice house, you could have a nice car, and nice stuff, but that child could have went a different way. That's not on the parent.
Right.
Who is that on? That's that child making choices that they choose to make. Because, people could train their child the best way they can, how they know. In my instance, I didn't have a father, so my mom trained me the best way she knew.
Right.
So, and by her training me, I came out, I guess, okay. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 kids, one in college, one in high school, about to be in college, the other one's getting ready to go to high school. So it's just all about, the training is great because we need the training.
Right.
But that child or, us, we're going to make choices throughout our lives. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, you be tested with your kids.
Yeah.
So it don't even necessarily have to be what you're doing or what you're not doing. My mom did a great job, and I was a rebel. No, seriously. I've seen nothing improper in my growing up. I didn't name it.
Yeah.
I dare you. I might have did it twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So kids are gonna, and even because we just had this conversation yesterday. I said Noah got tested. He's a prophet. Who the hell do I think I am? I don't know. My test gonna come. And everybody's gonna get their test. So it's not even necessarily. However, we still can do certain things because I think that repetition and habit and foundations do matter a lot. So unless you just are dealing with something pure evil or just completely going to the world that the world has been allowed to suck up, you always rebalance back to your foundation. You always rebalance back to your core. I knew when I started having kids, I'm like, oh damn. I gotta tighten up. It just is what it is. No more playing around,
But the only one downside we have in raising millenniums is we didn't have media when we was raised.
Yeah. It's bad.
Media
We didn't know what happened in Texas. How people act and other no, seriously, I just said this the other day because we thought our norms were our norms.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. Nobody knew what was really going on. I mean, we knew,
right.
We travel for the weekends and stuff like that, but nobody really knew. So the depression level that in the competition level that it has put on the kids is actually very, very, very bad.
It's amplified.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's amplified.
I think that it's
amplified.
terrible. Music, because there's no balance in nothing. And, you know, it's a shame. I hear kids, my fucking daughter's 20 years old. She's like, you know, I'm entrepreneur this and I got to get this. And I'm saying, damn, I'm 40, son. I still ain't did what the hell. Don't give me no complex. Because I can work on my patients properly. So you talking about Bentley and I'm still like chilling with a kid right now. I need you to relax. Because I know I make more money than that. You feel me?
Right.
I'm like, y'all are influenced by everybody else and they're making it seem like I'm an entrepreneur and everybody makes it seem like just do it. Like, no, that check don't come like that. No, he didn't even get it like that. No, it doesn't happen.
It's like those
that.
get rich quick schemes that was big when we were coming up.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
yes, exactly.
It was. And the worst part is that unfortunately, because I do have to say it is not enough men that's around put in the proper influence. Y'all the leaders.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna say it until death do us part. Because everybody looks at me like, "Sai, you're so independent." And females, I get it from females all the time. I never thought that you would think like that. It's like, ooh, y'all don't know me.
No, but y'all.
Men are the leaders. God, man, woman, child. So y'all are the leaders, and a lot of the women are lost souls because they're lacking the guidance of the men.
Right. And but I also think, like with today's society, they have tried to feminize men.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they, you know, just what we
You
see.
said overly?
You know what it makes
Yeah,
me? It
overly,
makes me
yeah.
think about the Boondocks.
Yeah.
Like art imitating life or life imitating art. Like because remember it was what was the rapper's
Thug
name?
Passion.
Thug Passion. I remember we laughed at Thug Passion with the type of
Pink
bag and the type of A-line white beater.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of
But now it's
belts.
right in the belt and it just it was people rap
It
about.
was made to be a joke.
It was a joke, but now it's like you see it for real.
It's a trend. They made
It
it a joke of the trend because the media, they're again, that
Right.
media.
Right.
Media have took it to, like you said, now you got, you know, he was saying earlier about, you know, she kept with lipsticks on and stuff. He was like, well, I don't know because I never tried. But that's not the norm now. In media, you got men wearing lipstick, got skirts, and, you know, and then if you talk about it, it's, oh, you being bashing. I'm not bashing. That's not the norm.
Right.
That's not what it's made for.
First of all, it don't even have to. Let's get into it, cause damn the jokes. It's not serious. And you know the worst part is that you know some females don't even understand it. When you get guys to be emotional or you get guys to be a little bit compassionate, they try to downplay the role. That's the strongest man I've ever met. Is a man that know that's not a weakness. I got 4 brothers. Ain't nothing sweet or special about them, but they was raised by a sister that love them, a mother that love them.
Yes.
They know it's okay.
No compassion.
But they ain't wearing no damn lipstick. They know not to do that. So it's such a sad case because you know
Yes.
where are these guidelines coming from? Normal or not normal? What you want your lips to look like mine for?
Yeah. And it's all about, like you said, like I said earlier when y'all was talking about the training, you know, now, like you said, we have mothers saying, well, let my child be how he, what a 2-year-old know what to be?
That's what I say.
But you said the norm.
Did we talk about it the last?
But we said who sets the norm?
Yes.
You know who is
The
set
world
in the
of media.
world? The world of media.
That's media.
And that's what they push out.
Instagram,
and they're
TikTok.
Pushing it out. They're pushing out. This is the norm, but that's not for real. That's not reality.
No.
But they'll have you thinking that's the norm, and then they'll start selling it in the stores,
Yeah.
and then they'll start having only these certain things for your kids, and then it's like, well, that's all I can buy them because unless I'm making them their clothes.
And I'm not above making my own check because
Oh, well.
damn all that.
I had to tell
I don't have
somebody
to
the
do
other day, you know, because I got into, first of all, everybody knows I'm argumentative. It's not like it was weird that I would be the one to get into something, but, you know, pushing forward. They had this kid in Whole Foods and he had this shirt on, like Trans Lives Matter or so on and so forth. This little boy had to have been like 6 years old and he was walking with 2 guys. And I just, now first of all, y'all know me, so I can't lie too much. I don't know if I was. The devil might have got me. I might have.
You went too far.
You definitely made a face. I know you made a face.
But now, I still believe in minding your own business. I was
Yeah.
talking to myself. They was in my business.
Yeah.
So what I said might have been too loud. And he said to me, you're evil and you're hateful, and as much as your people. Now, I thought maybe he's talking about because I'm garbed.
Yeah.
I thought he might have been Muslim.
Right.
God said he ain't talking about black people.
Yeah. Let that slide. I'm gonna do
I don't want to drag up the pitchfork with this Black Lives Matter and act like he was attacking my
Indeed.
blackness.
Yes.
He might have been attacking my Muslimness, but
Okay,
he
let's
said
see.
as much as people like you have been through, like you have a nerve to say, I said, wait a minute. I just don't think that it's fair that y'all forcing an opinion on this child. What y'all promoting is sexual. I don't keep my kids in my sexual business. I never took them to the club. So at the end of the day, y'all taking this child with you
Yes.
to this gay pride parade.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's your
Based on
intimate
sex.
stuff.
You're right. That's the
So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I always feel like let a child be a child.
Yes,
Why
yes.
is a child promoting anything that has to do with something that even costs my kids don't have to get an opinion with money if they ain't spending money. To be a transgender, you
Yeah.
talking about spending paper.
Sexual.
What do this
Yes,
6-year-old know
yes,
about that he
yes,
can't afford
yes.
it?
Yeah.
Because this day and how the generation has twisted,
Mm-hmm.
it's no longer mother and father in the house. It's fathers and fathers in the house. It's mothers and mothers in the house. So the generation we getting now is what I see. So we talk about raising kids. There's a generation now is raising so much different from a mother and a father, a single mother, single father. It's two persons who have the desire that they love each other. It's raising a kid. So all I know is what my parents taught me.
Here's the thing though, one better than that. I asked him, how the hell y'all get here? Y'all not gonna keep playing with me. How that little boy, you gonna act like people like me is irrelevant? This had nothing to do with girl power, baby. That little boy came out of a pussy. Oh.
Yeah.
But I done had about 3. It's not even an easy thing. You're not about to be acting like
It's death.
he can try and force himself into me.
It's
That's
death.
never
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
happen. Y'all keep playing with God and y'all wonder why God keeps slashing at y'all. He's slashing at you. Y'all wonder where these floods is coming from, where these diseases is coming from, where these plagues is coming from. Y'all want to keep playing with God. Y'all want to keep y'all want to make clones. Y'all want y'all want to make one. God says, okay, I'm gonna give you this. You say I'm gonna change it. No, fall with your lower desires. Go ahead and let a man go ahead and do what he gonna do to you. You just talk about taking it off. Oh yeah, you're a whole different type of weird to me, because you're not even comfortable.
But I was like, what you were saying is now they're growing up. Seeing
Under that impression.
So this is becoming a normal thing,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, how do we raise? You're raising your children in this.
But is it
was
still
like-
normal if you still have to take a man and a woman to have a
I'm not
child?
saying normal
But it
in the
goes
sense
even
of that. I'm saying
beyond
normal in what
that.
our children
See.
Oh, yes,
see.
absolutely.
Normal.
You have-
They're normalizing this.
You
now.
have mothers and fathers who are raising children to be, what's the word that they use? Toasters. They can, whatever you.
Pop up what you do.
Well, no, it's whatever you. What is the word I'm
Look at his
looking
face.
for? The
I thought you were gonna say fluid.
they are fluid, and that's exactly it. They're
Non-binary.
fluid. The
Yes.
non-binary. That's the word I was looking for.
Non-binary.
Non-binary. They're if you feel like you're a toaster, then you're a toaster.
No, and then we.
But that's what we have going on. So you got mothers and fathers who are doing this.
And
So
then
it's not even
we the
it's
people that said, this generation this and this generation. I had to tell my girlfriend the other day, I didn't like getting beat, so you don't beat your children, and then it's the outcome of them. We the generation that built that generation. We can't keep pointing the finger because see that freedom of choice, like it go deeper than the sex thing. I don't want my kids to be junkies. I'm not accepting a girlfriend. I'm not accepting a dope head either. This is wrong and this is right. And God gave us the freedom of choice. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not making that my battle with you. But there's consequences and repercussions for everything. The reason why I pay for my stuff when I go in the stores is because I know if I just take it, I'll get locked up. I never want to pay for it. I never do. I'll be honest.
Come on. But as you do
And
it,
I got my weaknesses, okay? Okay? I do not mind feeling like I'm invincible enough to take, because I ain't paying for none of this shit. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Why? So we eliminate that. You know, we got the ugly girl that ain't never had no boys like her, so automatically now you feel like you should be a man. Like, somebody let you mentally be that weak. Some of the stories that I hear really about. Now, you have certain situations, traumatizing situations, you know, the other disrespectful man that disrespected the man, and that is something that nobody could actually go. However, people are forcing trauma on it. So, you know, it's just a repeated cycle. You was raped, okay, you ain't like it, you gonna rape. Now, we know who the hell is gonna actually really start being like, yo, go get help.
Yeah.
Like, or, you know, kill yourself.
But you know
I feel
what?
like y'all shouldn't even be breathing the same air.
It wasn't until, at least from my perspective, until maybe the last 3-5 years where getting help is starting to be normalized, where if you even had a suicidal ideation, or if you had some level of trauma, or if, you know, if I had something happen in my past where, let's say hypothetically, I was comfortable enough to tell somebody, that was whoa, well, let's stop, let's go get you some help, let's go get you somebody to talk to, let's work through your issues, because you bring value to the world. If that same conversation had happened 10 years prior or 10 years prior, I can't have that same conversation and expect the same level of support from anybody.
But you know, I think you said 3 to 5, but I think that's within our community.
Yeah.
In other communities, they went to therapy.
See,
But
and
I feel like
that's what I was
within
gonna say.
our
I like
community,
having these
there was
conversations
stigmas.
because honestly, you only know as far as what you've really been exposed to. Right? Getting help was never like, you know, as I was growing up, I would hear friends of mine like, you know, I couldn't tell nobody, and I used to think like, what the hell? My family was on a whole nother level. You could talk about it with anybody. You could get your help. And some people were not allowed to. So that is something that for a very long time, I hate to sound ignorant. It's like, you know, white people, when they don't know, we go through certain things. It's like, well, where you been? That's how I feel sometimes when I do hear stuff like that, because it never was anything like we did. When my father passed away, my mother sent me to counseling. And I felt like, I don't need to talk to y'all. My mother's crazy. She needs to be. I don't need to talk to nobody. But I don't even know whether or not it helped me. I don't even know, because I had it.
It wasn't something in our.
Because it's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's not in our community, because we're not used to it, you're not gonna really sit and tell someone as a stranger what you really. Because why? If I tell I've been raped, my mother I'm gonna get took it from my mother.
No, you're right.
If I tell my father that he's an alcoholic, they're gonna take me. So I'm not gonna tell a secret that because they told us as a kid what going on my home stays in my home. So it's an intimacy.
That's the truth.
So you was not gonna get no counseling, because you have counseling guys at the school say, okay, if little Johnny come to school, he look kind
No,
of
what I
rough.
said, it was my dad passing away. It wasn't beatings. I was getting.
I'm saying.
That better not go to the school.
You know, so you
It wasn't
had
the local
those
my
things
way.
that
So
you
you're right.
was raised a certain way. This was disrespectful if you had opinion. So therefore, when you grow up to be an adult, you say, I'm never gonna be like them, because then the kids got too much opinion.
Yeah.
Man, you
Yeah.
back north.
But
I think, is it a belt? What the?
You know, so it's
We gotta start
good and
getting,
bad.
we gotta start getting the bad when somebody
You know?
But somebody said it. Somebody said it at the table. They said, "We are the generation who has we have created
that was
these
me.
monsters." So, our grandparents growing up raised their children to be mothers and fathers.
Yes.
So our parents were raised to be mothers and fathers.
Yes.
They raised us to be mothers and fathers, but we don't like it.
No, because I think somewhere we arrived to.
I am not going to put my children through the same thing my mama put me through, because it ain't fair to my kids.
And it's,
I made it. I live in a house. We don't live in the apartments we used to. Why do I have to put my kids to watch their brothers and sisters so that I can go to work? We don't have to live that life anymore. So why should I?
But it built character. I think some of it built character.
I think that's the problem.
It
We
builds
have
character.
taken what our parents, what their struggles were and what they were trying to teach us, and we have taken it for bad. And we've taken that and we have raised a
generation
of what is it?
Entitled.
Entitled children.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Right.
So one of the things that I used to say is, by the time my daughter was 10, I was like, well, what am I going to gift her for her birthday? Her birthday is around Christmas. Like, what am I going to gift her for her birthday? She has everything. She's got an iPad, she's got a phone, she's got this, she's got that. What else can I give her? And so,
And you good, 'cause I give
sometimes,
nice.
I'm just
Y'all
using
better
that
look
as
at
an
these
example. But
ask your
it's
daddy.
not, sometimes what I think is it's not necessarily that parents then couldn't give you those things. They didn't give you certain things because you had to struggle
Earn it.
for certain
Earn it.
things.
You
You
had
had
to
to
earn
earn
it.
it.
That's it.
Today, you just get it just because you're my kid. You
Right,
get it.
right.
You don't have to want or work for anything. And so, you know, at the time, I'm like, this is my money.
Right.
I do have one comment. So there was a documentary that I watched last week that touches on this subject, and in the 80s they interviewed parents from the greatest generation who birthed and raised the baby boomers, and their commentary in the 80s mimics the conversation that we're having now, where
I was gonna say, because
It does.
and their issue was they went through the Great Depression. They had it hard, and they were coming back from World War II. They had money in their pockets. They were able to buy the house, buy the car, give their kids the stuff that they hadn't had. And the problem is the kids, all they saw is, oh, we lived in an apartment, and now we lived in the starter home, and now we live in a little McMansion. Oh, we didn't have a car, and now we got a car, and now I had the raggedy jeans on, now I got the fresh jeans. And the sense of entitlement that is ingrained now gets carried on to a new generation of kids.
People talk about it. But something
I think that's
something
true.
happened somewhere.
It goes
No,
along
it goes back.
It goes-
Because my mother said it goes deeper than our generation.
Most
Because she
definitely is.
even
Most
says
definitely.
with the way she did stuff with us, and only because they went from so many extremes.
Right.
My mother said it wasn't books in their school, it wasn't enough. So they went through real trauma.
Yeah.
We don't understand it
No, we
because
don't.
we did not actually go through getting very
Maybe that's the problem. We
No,
haven't
no, no.
gone through that trauma.
No, absolutely.
To make us-
Absolutely. And so they started the rebel. I mean, the Angela Davises, the people that started being fed up enough to fight back, but they had real situations that they were fighting back for and real issues and things of that sort. So that's where those characters came from. But it was never towards the parents. It was never towards, the people that is like, you have kids now. I heard, one of my little cousins saying the other day, and she just ain't gonna talk to me. However, she want to talk to me. And she's talking about my older eye. So I looked at her because I'm saying, well, she ain't you ain't tougher than me, because I will gas. Auntie ain't going to, but I'm with all that dumb stuff. So why can't she say this to you? Just because she's an adult doesn't mean that she gets to be disrespectful. And I'm saying, damn, they don't even respect the chain of command. As bad as I was, I knew not to voice myself back to an adult.
Right.
We still had to go to the functions if we didn't want to. These kids think that they, I was a bad mom for a very long time because my kids didn't have options. Yeah. Nobody else's mom makes them go, and I'm saying, damn, they act like they prisoners. Like we're going to a family event. This is what we do.
You're doing it.
Yeah, you not so. And it is. I still think influence. I started thinking, how the hell you know what everybody else's parents is doing? How you know that she gets to not go? You look on the Facebook page.
But you know what? I hear what you say, and the difference between the upbringing that I had and the upbringing that my wife had, it was difficult for me to sit and go, you're asking them? You're giving them the choice? I'm like, no. We said this is what's getting ready to happen. This is what time we're going. This is what's getting ready to happen. And it was a challenge for me to step back from the mentality that my parents ingrained in me, which was you would be seen and not heard.
Right.
You gonna go where I take you, and it ain't none of your business where I decide to take you. Versus this new level of upbringing where my kids have a choice. So, well, you know what? I don't think I want to go over to so and so's house. And what clicked to me the hardest was sitting and actually listening to the thoughts and opinions of my kids, and them saying, well, that person, they make me, they're creepy. That was a huge shift in my psyche in dealing with kids, that there was nothing on the books that I could go back and reference to go, I don't even know what to do in this situation.
But I like that because you took a moment to actually say, okay, something's different here. Something's not like I'm used to. But you listen. You listen to your kids to kind of figure out why they felt that way.